Dan.
Absolutely. Now we're in the second half of the season. What do the Blue Jackets need to do to make the playoffs this year?
Well, very simply, they need to keep winning hockey games. They've been very good at home this season. I think the key for the Blue Jackets going forward is to be a little bit more successful on the road, which is obviously easier said than done. But that is going to be the key. The Blue Jackets have not had a whole lot of success away from Nationwide Arena this year. I think as a team, that's the number one thing they want to change in the second half, is just be a harder team to play against on the road, try to grind out some wins. And it doesn't even have to be victories. You know, if you get to a game in overtime or into a shootout, you're getting a point there. You're getting a standings point. So by being more difficult to play against on the road, the Blue Jackets are hoping they can get themselves into some of those situations, you know, earning that extra point away from home and then hopefully turning that into 2 points. But the more points you can pick up away from home, I think the better shape the Blue Jackets are going to be in. They've done a good job in the first half, being so good in Columbus this year that they've kept themselves in the playoff picture. Now, if they really want to get themselves over that finish line, they're going to have to do better work away from home.
Is that a psychological issue? Are they just psyched out by going to somebody else's stadium?
I don't think it's that. It's just really hard to win on the road in the National Hockey League. I mean, you have the other crowd against you. There's just a natural energy boost you get from playing at home. But there's a difference in the NHL, too, that the way that you match up, the coaches, the home team, the home coach has the advantage when he sees the other players on the ice. He can send out his guys after the visiting team. So the matchups are a little bit different. You have the advantage in that sense when you're the home team. So there's just a built-in advantage in the NHL of playing at home. So the Blue Jackets have to overcome that. And again, the way that they want to do it is by kind of grinding down teams and playing what they've called maybe a little bit more boring hockey away from Nationwide Arena. They've been high-flying at home. They've scored a lot of goals in front of the home crowd this season, but they want to dumb it down a little bit on the road and just make things difficult on the opponent. So, no, I don't think it's a psychological thing. I think there are some built-in advantages in this league to playing at home that the Blue Jackets just have to overcome, and that's what the best teams do.
Zach Werenski and Kirill Marchenko lead the team in points and goals, respectively. Could this be a career year for both players?
Absolutely. I would say we're definitely on pace for that. Both of those guys are on pace to surpass 90 points this season, which would be the first time a Blue Jacket has ever done that. For Zach Werenski, more specifically, it would be absolutely incredible. Not many defensemen in the NHL play at a point-per-game pace, let alone get to 90 points in a season. He's got himself firmly in the Calder Trophy race this year, the Norris Trophy race this year, as the best defenseman in the National Hockey League. It would be the first time, prospectively, that Zach would win that award. There are a lot of good blue liners in this league, but he's definitely in the picture right now with Quinn Hughes from Vancouver and Cale Makar from the Colorado Avalanche. But Marchenko specifically has taken his game to another level this year. When he came into the league, he was a pure goal scorer. It looked like that's what he was going to do, but he's added a lot to his game this year. He's worked very, very hard. He wins lots of battles, and in doing that, he's done a good job of setting up his teammates and setting up his line mates, and he's picked up more assists this year. He still scored a lot of goals, and I still think that's the bread and butter of his game. He's a great shooter, one of the best in the league, but the playmaking factor and kind of that ruggedness that he's added to his game has really helped him to reach another level, and I think truly he's on his way to becoming a real star in the league off the ice as well. He's got a tremendous personality, loves to talk, loves to have fun, so I think really the sky is the limit for a player like Marchenko.
Recently, we called up Luca Del Bel Belluz from Cleveland. Why was that necessary?
Well, the Blue Jackets have one of their top guys hurt right now in Sean Monahan. He suffered an upper body injury against the Pittsburgh Penguins. He's been the number one center for the Blue Jackets this year, and frankly is a big reason why they've been so successful and why a player like Marchenko has been so successful. He's one of the wingers that plays alongside Sean Monahan. So the Blue Jackets needed to fill a spot on their roster, and they call up Luca Del Bel Belluz, who has had an awesome season in Cleveland. He's the leading scorer scorer in the American Hockey League. It's his second season in that league. The Blue Jackets drafted him in the second round a few years ago at the draft in Montreal, the same draft that they ended up selecting Denton Mateychuk, who's another AHL All-Star that's now up playing with the Blue Jackets in the NHL. But we saw Luca Del Bel Belluz get some time in the Blue Jackets' final game of the season last year. In fact, he scored his first career NHL goal on his first career NHL shot, and it seems like he's really taken that confidence and applied it to his game and really has become a better player this year as a two-way centerman in the American Hockey League, but the offense is there for him as well. Again, he's leading that league in scoring, which is awesome to see.
Do we think he's going to stick around, or after the injuries are resolved, is he going to be sent back?
That's going to be up to him, isn't it? It's the same situation with Denton Mateychuk. He was the leading scorer among defensemen in the American Hockey League as a rookie. He got called up to the Blue Jackets because he had been playing well, and he has not yet gone back because his game has adapted well to the NHL level. If Luca Del Bel Belluz comes up to the NHL and he's able to set the world on fire, we will see what happens for Luca Del Bel Belluz. But it's really up to Luca to determine what the Blue Jackets do, and those are great decisions to have to make as a coaching staff and as a management staff. Well, let's keep the cannons blowing. We want to thank Dylan Tyrer for the Columbus Blue Jackets for being with us today, and there's more Ohio Sports Magazine straight ahead on the Ohio News Network.
Hi, here are some ways to listen to The Fan. You can download the Fan app, or listen at home on your smart speaker, or open up the iHeartRadio app, or hold your head out the window and hear Common Man scream. Happy listening from the Dopes at The Fan.
Giant Eagle is making it easy to surround yourself with savings with new low prices on hundreds of your favorite produce items like pineapples, avocados, navel oranges, and lettuce at your neighborhood Giant Eagle.
Our favorite reason to choose Diamonds Direct over any other jeweler? Free service for life with no fine print. That's right. When you buy your engagement ring or any piece of jewelry at Diamonds Direct, you will never have to pay a dime in the future for sizing, cleaning, or routine maintenance. Even if she accidentally knocks out a side accent diamond, Diamonds Direct will replace it free. Now, other stores claim to offer warranties, but the catch is that they won't honor it unless you bring your ring in for regular inspections. But at Diamonds Direct, inspections are never required. There's no gotcha clause. No fine print, no looking for ways to void the warranty. Plain and simple, at Diamonds Direct, we stand behind what we sell, and we're committed to service it at no charge for life, period. It's all part of our commitment to provide you with the ultimate in value and total confidence before, during, and long after your purchase. Diamonds Direct, the jeweler you can trust with a no questions asked 100% free lifetime warranty with no strings attached. Come see us to learn more. Proud to call Buckeye City home. Diamonds Direct, your love, our passion.
Get Eco.
ECO. Hey, Aaron, I invented 5 new ways to say we come through for you when you need us to.
Do we need more ways to say it?
Get Eco.
ECO. When your toilet won't flush, we come in a rush.
Get Eco.
ECO. Want a ceiling fan install? We come when you call.
Get Eco.
ECO. When the temperature is unpleasant, we fly like a pheasant.
You were kind of reaching for that one.
But I didn't reach as far as Puerto Rico.
Get Eco.
ECO.
We're standing by and ready to fly.
Oh, that's a good one.
Get Eco.
ECO. When you're in a sweat, we come in a jet.
Reaching again.
Get Eco.
ECO.
When your drain has a clog?
We'll sled with a dog.
No.
We'll surf on a log.
No.
We'll run, not jog.
Get Eco.
ECO. We do it right at the speed of light.
Eco plumbers, electricians, and HVAC technicians. We come through for you when you need us to.
GetEco.com.
Menards is the one-stop shop for huge savings on new energy-efficient appliances. Upgrade your home today and save big on top appliance brands including KitchenAid, Maytag, Whirlpool, Amana, and Criterion. We carry the largest in-stock selection of home appliances starting at the lowest prices and ready to take home today. Check out our entire selection of home appliances on Menards.com. Plus, view the weekly flyer for many other great deals happening now.
Save big money at Menards.
Listen to Financially Fit Radio with Corey Sickles this Saturday morning at 9 a.m. on 1460 ESPN, covering topics like what you need to know about annuities and how to stay healthy and enjoy retirement. Financially Fit Radio this Saturday at 9 a.m. on 1460 ESPN.
Who are the people that serve part-time in the Ohio Army National Guard? We are your neighbors and friends. We are your sons and daughters. Our service is providing us valuable job skills, and it pays up to 100% of our tuition. We're proud to serve our state. We are your Ohio Army National Guard. Learn more about part-time service with the Ohio Army National Guard at nationalguard.com/OH.
Sponsored by the Ohio Army National Guard. Aired by the Ohio Association of Broadcasters and this station.
In honor of all those we've lost to cancer and those still fighting and thriving, like basketball analyst and cancer champion Dick Vitale.
I want to beat cancer. I'm going to beat it. That's no doubt in my mind. I'm going to win this battle.
Defeating cancer will take all of us. Join our team to help fund game-changing research that saves lives. At the V Foundation, V is for victory over cancer. V is for victory over the odds. V is for victory over health disparities, victory over setbacks, victory over the unknown. V is for victory over giving up.
Don't give up. Don't ever give up.
Donate to the V Foundation to join our team and help save lives.
Cancer can take away all my physical abilities. It cannot touch my mind, it cannot touch my heart, and it cannot touch my soul.
100% of donations fund game-changing cancer research. Donate now to the V Foundation at v.org.
Common Man has spent the past 18 years telling you how much he hates people. And yes, that probably means you, too. Common Man and T-Bone.
Weekdays at 3.
The Fan. Now back to Ohio Sports Magazine on the Ohio News Network. Once again, here's Jay Fox.
The University of Dayton was founded in 1850 as a St. Mary's School for Boys. Today, the school has an enrollment of almost 12,000 students. The school participates in 16 sports each year. This year, the football team finished 6-5 on the season. The men's basketball team has been perfect at home, and the women's basketball team is playing well in the Atlantic 10 Conference. Doug Hauschild is the Director of Athletic Communications for the Flyers, now in his 43rd year with the school, and he joins us on Ohio Sports Magazine. Hey, Doug, welcome.
Hi, Jay. Thanks for having me.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Doug, you are what we would call the epitome of a Flyer. You graduated in 81 and you never left. What's kept you at this institution all these years?
Well, I really thought that I would be in broadcasting like you when I went to college. I didn't even know that this kind of position existed. But athletics is something I've always been involved in, either, when I was young and good enough to play at whatever level I was at. And then afterwards, I started covering it for, school newspapers and all that. And the University of Dayton has, just a great pull on people. There are people who start out there, go away, come back. There are other people like me who stay forever. I mean, at one point, our football program had, this is back when Mike Kelly was coaching, Mike, who was there for 30 years. Our offensive coordinator had been there for 25 years. Our trainer had been there for 25 years. Our equipment manager had been there for 25 years. Even our football secretary had been there for over 25 years. So the University of Dayton just has a hook on people. For me personally, being on a college campus and being around young people and helping them grow to their full potential is really the difference maker for me. It really has kept me young, and it's really the best part of my job.
What do you think University of Dayton is synonymous with in terms of sports for the average listener? Where has the university excelled athletically?
I think the combination of academics and athletics. I think our fans look on our athletes as they want to see them compete and grow. To use an analogy for our basketball program, which sells out every game, the summer thing in town, the Dayton Dragons, also sell out every game. And I think Dayton, as a community, really enjoys seeing young people with potential see how far they can go. So that's perfect for a single-A baseball team. And it's certainly perfect for people who maybe never attended the university, and maybe the only campus building they've ever been on or been in is the arena. That's the place they like to go and see young people grow.
Now, you said that academics is a major part of that equation, and I looked back at the statistics that are publicly available. At the end of the 22-23 school year, the athletic department posted a 3.3 cumulative GPA. That's pretty good. Is that a Dayton norm?
It really is. I mean, you know, when the national graduation rate stats come out and the academic progress reports, even to the point of when our athletes win academic awards, like this year we had 6 football players named academic all-district. I think that came out on Tuesday. Sadly, it's going to be news someday when we don't hit our marks, more than when we do hit our marks, and even though we try to celebrate those, that's kind of business as usual. So there's definitely an academic component to being an athlete at Dayton. Our old AD, Ted Kissel, used to call it the three-legged stool. You want to be successful athletically, you want to be successful in the classroom, and you want to be successful and involved in the community.
What sport has been the most successful for the university so far?
Well, recently it's been volleyball. Volleyball has been tremendous. Over the years, we've won 10 out of the last, I want to say, 14 A-10 regular seasons. We've been in the NCAA tournament more than that because we've been able to advance by winning the tournament. So volleyball lately has just been a high performer. They went to the Sweet 16 this year, took a set off of Nebraska. In fact, at Nebraska, I think we were the only team to actually do that. This year, our men's soccer team was remarkable. They were ranked in the top 5 at one point. They knocked off the number 1 team in the country. And they also went to the Sweet 16. In fact, it was kind of disappointing when they lost to SMU because they really were projected. You know, the metrics said we were going to beat SMU. Turns out SMU was hot at the right time, and they went on and they finished. They did very well. They didn't win the NCAA, but they certainly could have. Obviously, basketball as a program historically is what we hang our hat on. Both men's and women's. We've won a national championship back when I first started in this job in women's basketball, and as you said, we're really rolling in the A-10 now. And the men's basketball program is, you know, top 20 in attendance. We've struggled in the A-10 so far because we're getting everybody's best shot, and if you're not playing well and you're getting the other team's best shot, that's going to happen. But we're one of 2 teams that has top 6 wins this year, and the other team is Auburn. So that's pretty good company.
Well, and you always see Dayton in the bracket for both men's and women's every year. So
that's true. That's our target, right. and that's where we want to be.
Doug, I got to ask you this question. You've had a very long career. When you think about your favorite Flyer sports moment, what's the first thing that comes to mind?
Oh man, gosh. You know, this is probably a little selfish, but my youngest son played baseball at Dayton, and so being able to watch him, and I didn't cover the baseball team because I didn't want to be involved. I wanted him to have his space, and I had other responsibilities. But it just turned out that you know, when our team won the A-10 championship in the Bronx in 2012, and then we went on to the NCAA tournament. He got the start in that very first game that Dayton has ever played in the College World Series. That's what the tournament's called. We were down at Texas A&M, and they were a huge favorite. Michael Waka was his starting opponent on the mound. And we competed. We got beat, I think, 5-2 or something like that. And just to see him out there, just being a dad. But as it turns out, I was also a professional that day because our baseball contact had a family wedding he was in. So I had to actually cover our baseball team while they were there at the tournament. So, you know, it's maybe kind of a selfish dad puffs his chest out a little bit moment, but that was really it.
Doug, we want to thank you for being with us today, and we'll circle back to you again as we get closer to March Madness. And there's more Ohio Sports Magazine straight ahead on the Ohio News Network.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy houses as is fast for cash. Call me today for an all-cash offer on any of your properties, and we can close within days at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. Do you own a property that's outdated and needs thousands of dollars in repairs? Great, I'll buy it. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. Would it be convenient for you if you could simply take what you wanted and leave the rest behind? Great, I'll buy it. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family, apartment buildings, rental portfolios. I even buy my tenant won't pay me the rent houses. Call TurboTrack Realty today for an all-cash offer and speak with one of our friendly staff members at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Have you ever thought about having a podiatric physician examine your feet? Doctors of Podiatric Medicine set broken bones, perform wound care, and remove bunions. Common health issues that they treat include ingrown or fungal nails, corns, warts, and skin problems like athlete's foot. Foot exams are easy and can prevent many foot problems. If you can't walk, work, or enjoy sports activities without pain, what are you waiting for? To find a podiatric physician who is a member of the Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical Association, visit associationsadvanceohio.com.
And now, Public Education Matters with Ohio Education Association President Scott Damaro.
When Ohio students receive an honest education, they become better critical thinkers and stronger future leaders. We must stand up for our students' opportunities to have age-appropriate conversations on the tough topics without certain politicians unnecessarily interfering. Our students deserve the freedom to learn.
Public Education Matters, brought to you by the Ohio Education Association.
Sometimes the best time to prune trees is when they're dormant or with no leaves on them. For ISA certified arborists, it helps them see what branches may need to be pruned or removed. Dormant season pruning can also help lessen problems associated with insects and diseases and help create structurally stronger trees that can better handle heavy wet snows or ice buildup. Contact an ISA certified arborist to get the best professional advice on keeping your trees healthy and safe. Go to treesforohio.org. That's trees, the number 4, ohio.org.
I don't know what I want to do. I'm just not sure that college is right for me.
Have you considered a career in dental assisting? I love my job as a dental assistant. I have flexible work hours, the money is good, and I get to work in a professional, people-oriented dental office. What I really love about my job is knowing that I give people a healthy smile.
For more information about becoming a dental assistant, contact your high school guidance counselor. Or if you are no longer in school, talk to a dentist in your community or visit ODA.org. This message is brought to you by the members of the Ohio Dental Association.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Now back to Ohio Sports Magazine on the Ohio News Network. Once again, here's Jay Fox.
The city of Cleveland has a long history with indoor soccer. It began with the Cleveland Force in the 1980s and continued in the 1990s with the Cleveland Crunch. Through various league and ownership changes, the team, regardless of its name, delighted fans and won matches. The Crunch is back, having returned to Cleveland in 2021, playing in the Major Arena Soccer League 2. Last year, they won it all against Wichita. It's a family affair with members of the Ruscido family serving not only as owners, but participating in the day-to-day operations of the team. Adriana Ruscido is the team's public relations director and joins us now on Ohio Sports Magazine. Welcome to you.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
Well, I'm excited to have you. First question, how did the family come to own and revive the team?
Yeah, so in 2020, my brother Luciano, kind of had this idea in the middle of COVID, wondering if, what we could do to kind of bring indoor soccer back to Cleveland. And he kind of looked up, trademark stuff and all that other stuff to just kind of get the Crunch name. And we secured it and put together a team that year and joined the league. And so now we're in our 5th season. So that's the short answer. Obviously, there's a lot of other things that went into it. But, that's kind of how it all came to light.
The Crunch were the 2024 Major League Indoor Soccer champions. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Is a repeat expected this year?
I would say so, yeah. So, we would love for that to happen. We are 2 games in. We're 2-0 now. So we have a long season to go. We play a 12-game regular season schedule. So long season to go, but we have a great team, great guys. Energy is good. So I wouldn't be surprised if it were to happen again.
Home games are played at Soccer Sportsplex in North Olmsted. Is a permanent stadium in the plan somewhere?
It always is. I think we're always working towards something bigger, something, that can fit us and accommodate multiple hundreds and hundreds of fans. That's always something that we're working towards. We don't have any definite plans right now, but in the future, that is something that we're always hoping for.
Now, soccer has escalated in popularity just in the United States, and obviously the Apple TV show Ted Lasso added to that. What's typical attendance like at a Crunch game these days?
Yeah, so the venue hosts about 600 to 700. That's kind of like our max capacity. So on average, we're having within that number at the Sportsplex. We're selling out every game. All last season, we sold out every home game. We have 6 home games. So, we only have so many opportunities to kind of get fans in front of Crunch players. So we do our best to accommodate as many fans as we can per game, but that's what we're looking at. And, it's fun. We pack it in there. We make it as fun as we can. We have DJ. We try the best to make an awesome game day experience. So yeah, it's been a lot of fun over the 5 years. We've evolved. We've made a lot of changes, and we're still perfecting it. But I think we've gotten to a really good place.
When I was growing up in Cleveland in the 80s, Kai Hoskevy was the big name, and whenever he made an appearance, we would do everything we could to be there, get an autograph, etc. Which players are the fan favorites now?
I would probably say Admir. He was the league MVP last year, and he was on the all-league team as well. He's just a very great player. I would also say Dave Jordan. He's our team captain. These guys have been with the team for 5 years now. We have a lot of players who are 5-year players, like Admir and Dave Jordan and Mikey Derzic and Mario Musa. Those guys have been with the team for a while. Over the years, they've just kind of grown into those favorites for the fans.
What has the Crunch done to have continuity with the past? Is there a mascot? Is the logo still the same?
So the logo is different. There is not a mascot, although that is something that we have been talking about for a while now. We've done things like when we played at the IX Center, we retired a jersey from a player in the past. We've remained in contact with past players as well, and just to see what we can do with them, and how we can collaborate and that sort of good stuff.
What is the number one thing on the team's agenda for the future?
Yeah, so we are hosting the finals. We are hosting the 2025 MLIS finals in Cleveland. So that will be April 11th through the 13th of 2025. So that's coming up in a couple months. That's kind of what we have on our radar right now. We will be welcoming the best men's and women's team in the league to Cleveland that weekend. We'll be hosting semifinals Friday, and then obviously women's finals Saturday and men's finals on Sunday. So we have a whole weekend ahead of us at the Wolfstein Center. Obviously, the old Crunch played at the Wolfstein Center. There's a lot of history there. The team has to make it to the semifinals, and history hopefully will repeat itself in Cleveland. So that is what we're working towards right now. That is a huge undertaking, but we are so excited to be able to have the opportunity to play back in that venue.
Andriana, thank you for being with us today. There's more Ohio Sports Magazine straight ahead on the Ohio News Network.
Bishop and Friends.
My wife jumped onto the couch and was bouncing. Bootsy and Beamsy and NBC sprinting around like maniacs.
Bishop and Friends, sponsored by Diamond Seller.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on The Fan.
At Meijer, we work hard to bring more of the good life to your life so you can bring home more perfectly plump and flavorful produce picked for precise freshness, beautifully marbled beyond brag-worthy certified Angus beef, and more must-have money-saving M-Perks rewards. Because saving more on local favorites is good, but bringing home more of what you love in every trip, that's the good life. We do more to make life a good deal better at Meijer.
Hey, can we talk? It's a new year and I need to move on. We had a great run, but you're old now. So I'm trading you in at Great Lakes Kia.
And new Kias are under $5 a day.
That's less than lunch.
Lease new Kia K4, K5, and Sorrentos. All three under $5 a day. At Great Lakes Kia.
That's only $149 a month for 24 months.
Yes, new 25 Kia K5 LXS, K4 LXS, and Sorrento LX. Standard with third row seating. All three under $5 a day.
That Kia Sorrento is hot.
And we've got 0% financing.
But what if I'm not good enough for credit?
If you've got a job, you ride.
Under $5 a day.
Great cars, great people, Great Lakes Kia. GreatLakesKia.com. Want to take it for a test drive?
Oh, he needs to meet my parents first. To qualified buyers, visit GreatLakesKia.com for details.
The new year is here. Time for change. Start a recession-resistant new career in the high-demand fields of IT, cybersecurity, and AI with My Computer Career in just months. Already in IT? Build your cybersecurity skills and prep for thousands of open positions employers nationwide are desperate to fill. Attend classes live online or on campus. Make this your year. Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation today. That's mycomputercareer.edu. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including the GI Bill.
If you needed one more reason to choose Diamonds Direct over any other jeweler, get this. Diamonds Direct maintains involvement in the entire diamond process and handpicks the best just for you. You see, any jeweler can claim to be a direct importer or have so-called partnerships overseas, but Diamonds Direct has special access that others simply don't have. Nobody can get closer to the source than Diamonds Direct. Indeed, Diamonds Direct is recognized in the industry as a world diamond powerhouse with unrivaled buying power and decades of inside connections that go back to their roots as actual diamond cutters. Bottom line, Diamonds Direct is without question the jeweler here that can truly offer the absolute best value. We're true talking direct importer prices on hand-selected diamonds that come straight from the source. Make no mistake, Diamonds Direct refuses to be undersold on GIA certified diamonds. And we challenge you, let us prove it. Diamonds Direct, your source for the ultimate diamond value. Proud to call Buckeye City home. Diamonds Direct, your love, our passion.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
A cold morning with temperatures in the 20s, rising into the mid-30s. This afternoon, getting above freezing briefly under a mostly cloudy sky. A few flurries developing overnight, lows in the mid to upper 20s, and then temperatures falling throughout the day on Monday. Temperatures in the upper 20s early, then the low 20s in the afternoon with some sunshine, and then a chance of snow showers on Tuesday, cold with highs only in the teens. I'm meteorologist Mike Joyce on 97.1 The Fan.
We have so many local shows, I can't fit them in a 10-second promo. So let's just say we're live and local all damn day. The Fan. This is ONN.
The first 12-team college football playoff will culminate in the national championship game on Monday, January 20th at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia. Ohio State will play Notre Dame in the title tilt. We're a long way from November 30th of 2024, where Ohio State lost their fourth straight game to the University of Michigan. After that stunning loss, the Buckeyes ripped off 3 straight wins in the college football playoff to make it to the title tilt. Paul Feinbaum covers college football at large for ESPN. He joined Bo Bishop earlier this week on ONN affiliate WBNS-FM in Columbus. Paul says what he's seen from the Buckeyes on this run is nothing short of historic.
I think it's one of the more remarkable turnarounds, and I don't know why I'm reminded of exactly 10 years ago. It's a much different circumstance, as you know, Bo, but that Ohio State team was counted out early, and then again with all the injuries to get down to the third string quarterback. It's totally different, but it is on the same plane of reversal of fortunes of the likes we've never seen before. I think too much has been made out of what we are seeing with Marcus Freeman and Notre Dame because they came back from the NIU loss, but it's much tougher, I think, coming back from a loss like Michigan when literally everyone counted them out. For all those who had them as the favorite going in to win the CFP, I mean, they went off the board almost after that game.
Well, and not even just, I mean, one thing, we like to have revisionist history, but I like to remind the audience, a lot of people here counted them out. I mean, a lot of people here thought maybe they'd lose to Tennessee at home. Like, there was a great deal of nervousness in that game being played here. Like, my God, is Tennessee going to come here and win? And then they just housed Tennessee and Oregon. And then you got another talent versus talent equates game with Texas. And this one was a slugfest. And I think the way it started made you think that perhaps it was going to be a repeat of Oregon, but it wasn't. Texas bowed up, and it comes down to a play in the fourth quarter, or else potentially you're headed to overtime in that thing.
Yeah, and I was sitting there watching that. I really felt Texas kept getting back into it for no good reason because Ohio State was letting them back. But when we got down to the 1 yard line, the game was clearly in doubt, and we'll debate Steve Sarkisian's play calling inside the red zone for the rest of mankind. Mm-hmm. But had they scored there, they would have had the momentum. And yes, it is a 50-50 proposition. And that would have been so painful because Ohio State played a miserable game in many respects, from a penalty standpoint, from a self-inflicted wound standpoint. And that, I mean, if you were ever going to get them, that's why, when we get into Monday night, it's hard for me to believe Ohio State can play that to that level again. I think that let's get it out of our system here in the national semifinals.
Right. Yeah. I think I kind of view it that way as well. You got an up close look. Let's do the other side of it. You got an up close look at this Notre Dame team when they played Georgia. I thought Marcus Freeman was as fearless as any coach I've seen in a big moment in that. Obviously, we all can look at the talent and say Ohio State has more, but there is something magical to this Irish team and this run. What did you learn about Freeman and the Irish and what this team is all about and potentially what he could build there over the long haul?
What impresses me the most about him is just his demeanor. There was a play in the Penn State game. It was just another just ridiculous penalty toward the end of the game, and instead of just going ballistic, he laughed about it. He smiles at the refs, and I think that's a smart thing to do. Those guys remember that. I know they're supposed to be objective and don't care, but they do. You know that, mm-hmm. And I really like that from him. And I just think I have not been around him a lot, but I spent a little bit of time with him a couple of years ago. And just sitting with him off camera, off the air, he's just got this quiet, infectious personality that I think has really come back to help them in this drive back. So, again, I don't think he has the team. I think they're banged up. They don't have the depth that Ohio State has. I don't think they have the ability or the talent, but they've also had, the Georgia was really their game, and they caught Georgia at a really good time. Penn State should have won. I mean, how many times do we need to say James Franklin should have won a game? But I think deep down, Marcus Freeman, will pull out every stop, and I think he knows that unless he gets incredibly lucky, it's not going to be enough.
We'll be back with more Ohio Sports Magazine next on the Ohio News Network.
The Buckeye Show.
The best way to settle that is to go out there and handle business in this Rose Bowl game. That's going to be in their minds. This is not just about this year.
The Buckeye Show.
Presented by Coors Light and sponsored by CareSource.
Weeknights at 6 on The Fan.
Need inspiration? Shop Kroger for thousands of appetizing ingredients that inspire countless mouth-watering meals with savings beyond low prices. Like digital coupons worth over $600 each week and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. So you can get big flavors and big savings. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
Save now on delicious raspberries or blackberries. 6-ounce packages are only $1.88 each with your card and digital coupon. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Through the magic of modern technology, I'm coming to you from inside your garbage disposal.
Hey, what are you doing down here?
I was telling folks about Who are you?
Garbage disposal monster. I eat the things people put in here. Nom 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 nom.
Oh?
Sometimes I get sick.
I was just about to say, the pros who knows from Apex are brilliant at fixing garbage disposals. You're really a monster?
Ah, look here. These teeth?
Yeah?
They're all busted.
Oh.
They're for food, not forks. You hear up there?
Gee, what else?
Crazy noises like clingety, 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 clingety. Call Apex Pros.
Sure.
Sometimes I smell funny.
I didn't want to draw attention to it.
Call Apex Pros.
And what's going on now there?
Smoking. It's a bad habit. We're not supposed to smoke.
Well, you heard it straight from the garbage disposal monster. Call the pros who knows. Apex Pros.
Hi, it's Alex, the Apex Bear. We are the pros who knows, the official plumber of the Columbus Blue Jackets. ApexPros.com.
Nom 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 nom.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. In procrastination, it's the thief of time. Do you really want to head into the new year with the same old joint pain, the stuff that's been bothering you all the way through this last year and probably many prior years? Make the decision now to say no. I'm going to get it fixed, and I'm going to get moving again in 2025 with the help from my friends at QC Kinetics. See, they're the leaders in regenerative medicine and joint preservation. They're located right here in Columbus, Ohio, under the leadership of Dr. Ray Tesner, the founder of Grant Sports Medicine and a classically trained orthopedic surgeon. He's going to help you revitalize your joints with advanced orthobiologic treatments at QC Kinetics. Things like PRP, so you don't have to have surgery. There's no drugs. There's no downtime. It's the future of medicine. Tens of thousands of people already know about it, so don't wait any longer. Go give them a call at 380-208-4544 for your free consultation. That's 380-208-4544. They have offices in Dublin and Gahanna, so they're conveniently located all through Central Ohio.
Save big money at Menards. Do you need durable flooring that stands up to life's messes? Update your home with new vinyl plank flooring. Peyton Vinyl Plank comes in 2 styles with a realistic wood look. It features an attached pad for easy installation, plus it's waterproof and durable. Peyton Vinyl Plank flooring is just $139 per square foot. Trust Menards for all your flooring needs. Sale prices good through January 26th.
Save big money at Menards. This is Corey Sickles with Safe Harbor Wealth Advisors. Concerned about your investment's rate of return? Let us show you exactly how your portfolio is performing. Visit safeharboroh.com to schedule a complimentary meeting. safeharboroh.com.
Come into your local AAA Car Care Plus and save $80 on select sets of 4 Nokian tires. Only at AAA Car Care Plus locations. And on the plus side, AAA members save more. Offer ends January 18th. See store for details.
It's almost Football Friday. All play and no work.
Sponsored by Tansky Sawmill Toyota.
Your home for football, The Fan. Now back to Ohio Sports Magazine on the Ohio News Network. Once again, here's Jay Fox.
Let's catch up on the Cincinnati Bengals with our Paul Keels.
It is a pleasure, as always, to talk with Jeff Hobson of Bengals.com as we're now a week into the offseason for the Bengals and the first week of the postseason gone up. Butch, what was it like just thinking about how close the Bengals came to being in the playoffs and then seeing the wild card weekend develop the way it did this past weekend?
It's great to be with the melodious tones of a national champion possibility, Keelso. I think it was a tough it was hard to watch those games if you're a Bengals fan. I'm sure it was because, they had so many chances against, some of those teams, that, the Chiefs aren't even playing, but, they beat Denver. They had Baltimore on the ropes twice. I got to, they split with Pittsburgh, really outplayed the Steelers in this last game of the year. Had to be tough watching that when you just figured, a 4th and 16 in Kansas City, a bobble snap in overtime against Baltimore, and what are we talking about? We're probably freezing someplace, somewhere else today.
Yeah, for real. Butch, when you think about had the Bengals got in, all of the injuries that they had occurred, especially on the defensive side, was there kind of maybe the thought that it could have been a short shelf life anyway?
I don't think so. They were playing confidently. I was just talking to Cody Ford today, who was saying, can't believe we're not playing, and no telling how far we could have gone. I mean, there's no kind of in 2021, they kind of caught fire late and they kept it going, and this was the same kind of thing. I mean, I know they were dinged up, but they were. Denver had been a very good defense. They put 30 on them. I mean, anytime you beat Pittsburgh down there, I don't care if it's in the middle of the losing streak or what. But I think they had shown that they had enough to, I mean, they had won in Buffalo. They had the same, basically the core that had won in Buffalo, that beat Buffalo here just a year ago. So. I think they had Kansas City on the ropes, in the second game of the year, and they were playing a lot better than they were in the second game of the year. So I think it would have been interesting. I don't think there was that thought, Kielzo, that it would have been a one and done. I think they think they could have kept rolling. That it was like 2021.
Is a lot of that because of what they were doing offensively, Butch?
Well, I think that they feel like they could score on anybody, but also defensively, they just figured it out. They got the guys the guys to a man pretty much said, they made it. They made the defense. This was after they got beat by Pittsburgh on December 1st, and they went on that 5-game winning streak to end the season, and that's when they really kind of made the defense simpler. And I think they just played a lot better. I mean, they shut down people that last. The last month of the season. Now, they did have a stretch there. They gave up some big plays to Bo Nix, but, they gave up some big plays there. But, that game and the game against Pittsburgh, they were very solid. So I think that was the thing. I mean, you don't need to give this. I mean, if you can be average defensively, this offense is going to take you to where you want to go. And they were average. And you saw what they did.
Butch, we talked last week a little bit, and I know that, now all of the rumor mill and all of the speculation and everything about the coaching openings that Zach Taylor now has on his staff. Any feeling about a possible direction, or at least, even without naming names, some thoughts on candidates maybe that are rolling around that could end up landing with the Bengals?
I don't know. It's a good thought. There's a lot of names out there. They're keeping it pretty close to the vest. I just go off of what Zach said back at his end-of-year news conference. He goes, he wants somebody, to know what division we play in. So I think it's going to be a co-coach. I mean, I think since Zach's been here, they're 13-23 in the division, and he wants to fix that. And I think he feels like he has to fix it defensively. So that doesn't strike me he's going to get a college guy. I think he's looking for some kind of an NFL veteran who's been around. So we'll see how that plays out. But I thought that was interesting. And I thought it was a very wise thing to say, because he's trying to attack the division problem. And I think defensively, you got to do that.
Butch, I want to ask you something that ties the Bengals and the Buckeyes together. In the Cotton Bowl last week, Jack Sawyer picked up a fumble and ran it 83 yards for a touchdown. And we mentioned on the air, it was reminiscent of the Sam Hubbard touchdown against Baltimore in the playoffs. What do you recall about that?
Yeah, because Sawyer's is a hometown guy, right?
Right.
He's a Columbus guy, right? So
yes.
Just works out perfectly. Yeah, I mean, you're thinking, I remember the game was just you're thinking, okay, they're going to be down 7 to a Baltimore team without Lamar Jackson in the fourth quarter. They have some work to do. And then the next thing you know, you look up and Sam's running down the field. I'm looking for Jim Lippincott on the Moeller defensive sideline. I mean, talk about a Back to the Future deal. I mean, that was the thing I remember. I said, oh my, not only is he running the length of the field, but this game has suddenly switched. And it turns out, and I think that was with about 12 minutes left, Kielzo. And that was the last score of the game. It was a 17-17 game when he did that, and nobody scored again. Probably because they were stunned after what they had seen. I mean, it's still the longest. I don't know where Jack's rates in bowl annals, but that's Sam's is the longest playoff run in playoff history, fumble return in NFL playoff history.
Hey, Butch Hobson, always appreciate it. Thanks for your time. Much appreciated.
Kielzo, you're the best. Good luck to the Bucks. Do what Paul Brown did back in the 40s.
We'll be back with more Ohio Sports Magazine next on the Ohio News Network.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy houses as is fast for cash. Call me today for an all-cash offer on any of your properties, and we can close within days at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. Do you own a property that's outdated and needs thousands of dollars in repairs? Great, I'll buy it. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. Would it be convenient for you if you could simply take what you wanted and leave the rest behind? Great, I'll buy it. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family, apartment buildings, rental portfolios. I even buy my tenant won't pay me the rent houses. Call TurboTrack Realty today for an all-cash offer and speak with one of our friendly staff members at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Have you ever thought about having a podiatric physician examine your feet? Doctors of Podiatric Medicine set broken bones, perform wound care, and remove bunions. Common health issues that they treat include ingrown or fungal nails, corns, warts, and skin problems like athlete's foot. Foot exams are easy and can prevent many foot problems. If you can't walk, work, or enjoy sports activities without pain, what are you waiting for? To find a podiatric physician who is a member of the Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical Association, visit associationsadvanceohio.com.
And now, Public Education Matters with Ohio Education Association President Scott Damaro.
When Ohio students receive an honest education, they become better critical thinkers and stronger future leaders. We must stand up for our students' opportunities to have age-appropriate conversations on the tough topics without certain politicians unnecessarily interfering. Our students deserve the freedom to learn.
Public Education Matters, brought to you by the Ohio Education Association.
Sometimes the best time to prune trees is when they're dormant or with no leaves on them. For ISA certified arborists, it helps them see what branches may need to be pruned or removed. Dormant season pruning can also help lessen problems associated with insects and diseases and help create structurally stronger trees that can better handle heavy wet snows or ice buildup. Contact an ISA certified arborist to get the best professional advice on keeping your trees healthy and safe. Go to treesforohio.org. That's trees, the number 4, ohio.org.
I don't know what I want to do. I'm just not sure that college is right for me.
Have you considered a career in dental assisting? I love my job as a dental assistant. I have flexible work hours, the money is good, and I get to work in a professional, people-oriented dental office. What I really love about my job is knowing that I give people a healthy smile.
For more information about becoming a dental assistant, contact your high school guidance counselor. Or if you are no longer in school, talk to a dentist in your community or visit ODA.org. This message is brought to you by the members of the Ohio Dental Association.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Now back to Ohio Sports Magazine on the Ohio News Network. Once again, here's Jay Fox.
Now let's get some highlights from the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show. Here's producer Bodie Wells to set the scene.
Thanks, Jay. On the show this week, the guys chatted about the Cleveland Browns hiring Tommy Rees as their new offensive coordinator.
This was a big get to get Rees on staff last year. If you go back to last year, he's a hot name in coaching circles, both in college and the NFL. And say what you want about, I said, I don't know if he's any good or not. We're going to find out. But I'm just telling you, there's a lot of people who are after this guy. And I said, just before the season was over, they need to fire Dorsey and promote Tommy Rees to be the OC. I said that on the show. Because if they didn't promote him, they were going to lose him. He was going to get a job elsewhere, whether as a head coach in college or on Vrabel staff. I wondered if they may lose him anyway to Vrabel staff because he'd have the opportunity to call plays there. And I agree with you, Bull. I think this is a signal that Kevin was going to call plays. I don't think they're going to give him that responsibility. He's still really young.
Yeah, but when the Browns have to give him permission because it's not a promotion.
Yeah, I mean he's got the choice. I would think it's his. Well, he's still under contract. So I don't know how that would work, but
well,
yeah, I mean
it's a lateral move. So the Browns could just
now it is
because
yeah. Right.
I thought you said that you're still concerned that
no. The prior to this, I thought he may want to leave anyway.
Yeah, I think he could have had his pick of a number of jobs.
Yeah, and so he's highly thought of. He was a big name when they got him last year. It was an impressive hire when he came here because of how respected he is. Obviously, he's got the pedigree, and now we'll see. They I won't say they lost, but Drew Petzing was the quarterback's coach here and went to Arizona.
To catch the full breakdown, just search for the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show on YouTube. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and enjoy their daily content covering all things Cleveland sports. We'll be back to wrap up this week's Ohio Sports Magazine show here on the Ohio News Network.
The Fan app is about to become your new best friend. Your one-stop shop for all your favorite fan shows. ESPN Columbus and BetQL. Live or on demand, listen on your schedule. Download the 97.1 The Fan app today. It's free. Do it.
At Meijer, we work hard to bring more of the good life to your life, so you can bring home more perfectly plump and flavorful produce picked for precise freshness, beautifully marbled beyond brag-worthy certified Angus beef, and more must-have money-saving M-Perks rewards. Because saving more on local favorites is good, but bringing home more of what you love in every trip, that's the good life. We do more to make life a good deal better at Meijer.
It's the new year. Time to make a positive change in your life.
I went to My Computer Career because I needed job security.
Because I wanted a career in cybersecurity.
I went to My Computer Career because IT jobs are everywhere.
My old job was going nowhere.
I went because I didn't want college loans for the rest of my life.
Because I wanted a career for the rest of my life.
Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation today. Financial aid available for qualified students, including the GI Bill. 529 college savings plans accepted. Not available in Washington State.
Reason number 52 to choose Diamonds Direct over any other jeweler. Only Diamonds Direct gives you a 110% diamond upgrade guarantee. Let us explain. If you buy a diamond at Diamonds Direct today and decide in the future you want to upgrade to a larger diamond, Diamonds Direct will give you 110% of your original purchase price toward the new stone. For example, let's say you bought her a $5,000 diamond last year, but now she wants to upgrade to a $6,000 diamond. Diamonds Direct will give you $5,500 toward the new one. That's 10% more than you paid the first time. Guaranteed appreciation. Whether that first diamond was $3,000 or $30,000, you get 10% more. Who else does this? And unlike other stores who claim to offer diamond upgrades, at Diamonds Direct, there's no fine print and no minimum purchase requirement. It's 10% more, period. Come and discover real value and buy with confidence. Proud to call Buckeye City home. Diamonds Direct. Your love, our passion.
Get Eco.
ECO. Hey, Aaron, I invented 5 new ways to say we come through for you when you need us to.
Do we need more ways to say it?
Get Eco.
ECO. When your toilet won't flush, we come in a rush.
Get Eco.
ECO. Want a ceiling fan install? We come when you call.
Get Eco.
ECO. When the temperature is unpleasant, we fly like a pheasant.
You were kind of reaching for that one.
But I didn't reach as far as Puerto Rico.
Get Eco.
ECO.
We're standing by and ready to fly.
Oh, that's a good one.
Get Eco.
ECO. When you're in a sweat, we come in a jet.
Reaching again.
Get Eco.
ECO.
When your drain has a clog?
We'll sled with a dog.
No.
We'll surf on a log.
No.
We'll run, not jog.
Get Eco.
ECO. We do it right at the speed of light.
Eco plumbers, electricians, and HVAC technicians. We come through for you when you need us to.
GetEco.com.
Save big money now at Menards. Stand up to life's messes with our great selection of durable and waterproof flooring. Great Lakes vinyl plank flooring is easy to install and is durable, pet-friendly, and waterproof. Plus, it has sound-reducing attached pad for added comfort. Update your spaces with Great Lakes Legends vinyl plank flooring through January 26th for just $2.99 per square foot. Plus, check out our weekly flyer on Menards.com for all the great deals happening now.
Save big money at Menards. News, opinions, and insight all before breakfast. Rise and shine with Morning Juice.
Weekdays starting at 6.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Now back to Ohio Sports Magazine on the Ohio News Network. Once again, here's Jay Fox.
Big thank yous to Andriata Ruscido, Doug Housechild, and Dylan Tyrer for being with us this week on Ohio Sports Magazine. Thanks to all of our Locked On podcast contributors this week as well. For Bodie Wells, Eric Reeser, and Paul Keels, I'm Jay Fox. Thanks for listening to Ohio Sports Magazine. Join us next week right here on the Ohio News Network.